Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Immigrant Section. It's your boy Abbas Wahab telling y'all what is going on. Thank you for tuning in. We got another banger episode for you today. Back in the studio, one of the original guests of the Immigrant Section. Back when we were running it at like iHeart Studios, we had Patrick as a producer way back. Anyways, back here, a new recipient of Canadian permanent residence, my boy Edworld Kim.
Yo! I got it!
He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna cover the world, bro.
Yo, welcome, and congratulations, brother, man.
Thanks, brother.
Fuck yeah, you were hustling for a while, just trying to get someone to sponsor it. Was that beauty place you were working at? Like, my man here was working at a black like beauty store, like where you would go to get weaves. That random Asian guy, like doing like shelving, doing stock and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's my boy right there.
The hairs. I combed the hairs. I sold the wigs to the ladies. I smelled Jamaican and Trinidad. Whole Caribbean was in my nose.
Did you learn anything about weaves there?
Weaves?
What did you learn about black hair when you were at
Black
this
hair
place?
is really hard to like. What is it?
Yo, come a little closer to the mic.
Yeah. It's really hard to like take care of it, you know? The hairs are like ladies.
Yeah.
Especially ladies, the hair is going like around into their skin.
Yeah.
So it's dried out and stuff. So you have to take care of your hair with different products every single day.
Oh, like shea butter and stuff like that?
Yeah, shea butter. Oh, I sold the shea butter, man, yellow and like a white one.
Yeah.
And there's like also a chunk one and then one full like a melted one. You know?
These sound like you're describing honey. You know how honey comes in like full...
Yeah, exactly like that.
Same type of thing, right?
Same types in a different like portions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sold it and I sold oils for the beards and the hairs. Man, there's a moisturizer as well.
I always see those. There's so many of those beauty... Was this on Bloor?
No, it's Pickering.
Oh, Oh, okay. This is because there's one on Bloor and Dufferin that I always look at.
There's a different like branches and like a brand, but the whole company is like all family brand, you know.
Is it black owned or Asian owned?
Asian owned.
Asian owned.
You know the hairs like owned by Asians but selling to the black people.
Really?
Because they know they're sellable. So they start the business.
Because they know there's a market.
Exactly. And back in the like 80s or 90s, one guy opened it and this is a whole family. Even though different brands name, it's a whole family store.
Are they Koreans?
Yeah, they're Koreans.
Yeah, I like how you're whispering. They're Koreans.
It's Koreans.
Yeah, this is literally, you know, there was beef in the United States, like in the hood and stuff. There was always beef like between the Korean store owners, because the Korean store owner immigrants would come to America,
right,
and they would be able to get a small business loan and start a shop in the hood, and none of the people in the actual neighborhood were able to get these business loans. So there's always this animosity of like the Korean business owner is in the hood and like watching the black people in the mirrors being like, you buy, you know what I mean? Like, so it's so funny that
we have to sneak it, like start sneak, and then when getting bigger, their branches out. Fuck.
So are they like the guy behind the counter is Korean?
Yeah, behind the counter it's Korean. So when I work,
so they don't pretend like it's black owned. It's just like everyone running the place is Korean.
Yeah,
there's no secret.
Everyone running is like a Korean. So on the top of the deck,
yeah,
you know, like the counterpart,
yeah,
there's a Korean.
Okay.
So that's how we call it management part.
Yeah.
And downstairs, like what is that on floor?
Yeah.
There's the whole like black ladies.
Because they can talk with the customers.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And normally, like when you come to like this country, when you're working in like a beauty store, normally you don't have the like a PR, you know, permanent residence.
Yeah.
So they're working in a place where they need they provide those PR supports, you know,
Gotcha.
for the program that the provincial government running or something.
You need a business to be like, yeah, they work here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To get PR. But you said they didn't do shit for you.
Yeah, that was thing.
They didn't do anything for you.
Yeah, normally, I don't know. It's almost like, I don't know how other cultures or people do it.
Yeah.
But when in those kind of store, they don't want
Here,
to,
let me just, sorry to cut you off. I just got to move this. It'll
They
fuck up
don't-
the camera.
Yeah, exactly. They don't want to like really let people go. They want to have this one person for a long while, right?
The beauty place.
Yeah, in the beauty place. Because No, like people from other countries, they want to be like immigrants, like a permanent resident.
Yeah.
But they don't want to work in like a retailers or something. They
For a long time.
exactly.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
want to do something they used
They have
to
bigger
do.
dreams.
Yeah, bigger dreams
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But unless you have a PR, you can't settle down here. That's why they come there to work.
Gotcha.
And the owners knows how the like things are going, because after they get PR, they want to leave.
They want to leave.
Yeah.
So
they kind of drag it.
Gotcha,
and stuff, you know?
gotcha.
Yeah.
That's a great point. I love
Yeah.
that. So they want to help you, but they know as soon as they help
Exactly.
you, they lose you.
Yeah, that's why every time like a mind game, you know, even though you're
It's like
working,
Squid Game at the
Yeah.
beauty section. Yo,
always like I'm smiling.
Yeah.
I'm smiling to the owner. Yeah, right. And he was like asking, want me to do something.
Yeah.
I just do some stuff, right, and do everything. But in my mind, when can I get that permanent residency? When can I ask him sneakily? He can give me that shit.
Yeah, no. Hey, Edworld, can you work Saturday and Sunday? Yeah. You have shows booked? Yeah, of course, yeah.
Exactly. Always smiling.
And like, if you say, hey, I want to follow up, what's going on with my permanent resident? They go, oh, do they push it off? Or like, what does the employer, like, when we got permanent residency, I was a young kid.
Right.
So, like, we got it probably when I was 9. You know what I mean? So I don't know what it was. My
Your
dad,
parents got
my
it,
parents
and you
handled
got
it for the kids.
automatically, right?
So what is the process for you? Because you've been in Canada now, what, 3 years now?
4 years.
4
4
years.
years and a half. So this is a process. Normally, people come to Canada,
You came on a visa to study.
study, right?
Yes.
Study. After 2 years, you can have a like open work permit. You can apply it any other like jobs, you know,
Gotcha.
retailers or any companies, and then you work for a year, and then you're gonna have this 1 year of experience and your education and then language score, and you summed up. You can apply to the program called like Express Entry.
Express entry.
Yeah.
Okay.
But their school, the standard school, goes up and down. What do you call it? Deadline? Like
The deadline, yeah.
Yeah.
For when to apply?
yeah, one to like it could be a 400 score or 400.
Oh, the minimum.
score.
The minimum
Yeah,
score. Gotcha.
score. So when you can't get there, the next option is a provincial nominee program.
Okay.
You know, you have to work in a place where they can like provide like kind of support.
So this is the beauty place for you.
That was a beauty place.
Okay.
I thought I got a like enough score, and after 2 years of study, I found, damn, I have to
Like I'm still not shit.
Yeah, there's like two levels of people who can apply it after 1 year of experience. Another one that has to like work in a place where I worked, like a kind of place where I worked before, you know?
Gotcha.
Yeah. And I thought I was on level 1, but actually I found I was level 2. I was like, shit.
So you thought you could just do the express entry, and you couldn't. You didn't meet them.
I couldn't.
You couldn't meet the standards.
Yeah.
So now I have to go work somewhere
Exactly.
that will help me get this provincial thing you're talking about.
Yeah.
And then they didn't really help you.
Yeah.
So then how did you end up getting it?
TR to PR.
What?
Because pandemic, so this Canadian government
Yeah.
couldn't get the amount of people they planned last year.
Because they always need an influx of people, right?
Yeah,
Because people
exactly.
die, people leave.
Yeah.
So
They need a
they
economy,
always
like,
need
support, you know?
10,000 people, whatever it is.
Exactly.
And they
So
didn't meet the numbers.
They made the numbers like almost half or like less than half or something like that.
Yeah.
So I was like,
So they're like, yes to everyone?
yeah, even though they didn't like put out like a program yet. Last year I was like, shit, something good is coming to me.
Yeah.
and then the program came out, you know?
So it's a new program.
It's a new program.
What's it called?
Temporary. TR to PR. Temporary to permanent resident.
Ah.
Yeah. So it's a temporary program that they put out to meet the number. So
Gotcha. So they're gonna get rid of this quick. So next year it's
exactly.
for
They
people.
increase it like increase to 1.2 million people for 3 years.
Oh, what is it usually?
I don't know, but less than that, I think.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
okay.
But they have to get more people right now because you know, and you can see the SERP program and tax usage, and then people are like try to get the tax on the road, you know, for the tickets.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
They need like tax. and
Yeah,
get
they need money.
for the
That's why that's why. Have you been okay? So you got a car.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Have you been noticing how they ticket you? They ticket like Nazis, man. they ticket immediately. I went into a Canadian Tire 5 minutes to get my light bulb. My light bulb went out on my car. 5 minutes. I come back, $100 ticket.
$100.
$100, bro.
Damn.
$100. Like
can
not a
see it.
$30 ticket, not a $50 ticket.
You can see like cops on the road. One time I saw on an intersection, like from intersection to 100 meter, there's like 5 cops, hidden cops. Either there's going to be some kind of battle or something.
Yeah. No, they're just pulling people over.
They're like this, like wear sunglasses. And there, another one is, and this one like, I was like, oh, going to a battle or something, man. In the meantime,
And they were just pulling people over probably
Pulling people
for speeding
over.
tickets and shit.
Yeah, they
they're
give the
trying to
tickets
get
out.
the money. Like when it first started again, because there was a year they didn't ticket.
Right.
Like almost a year where you could park anywhere all the time. As long as you weren't in front of a hydrant,
Right.
you weren't going to really get a ticket, you know?
Okay.
But as soon as they came back with a vengeance, man. With a vengeance. They would give you, like, their bike. I saw one time, you know, some of the parking enforcement people in Toronto are on bikes. I saw one lady, I swear to God, biking in the rain, like hard.
Oh,
Because they get a commission. You know that? They make a commission.
commission
They make a commission.
for what?
The more they ticket, the more they get paid.
But lady didn't have a car. She only have a
No,
bike.
some of them are on a bike. But I'm
okay.
saying, like, any other employee, if it was raining,
Right.
they would go hide under a tree.
Oh, okay.
But when you're getting paid from the amount of people you ticket, you're fucking in the rain biking.
So they are hired.
The parking enforcement people in Toronto, every ticket they give, they make a little money off of it.
Oh,
That's why they ticket so
so
aggressively.
they're not like officially the government officer or like a staff or anything.
They are.
Just got hired.
No, they are. They
Oh,
are.
okay.
They are officially government, but but like to encourage them to ticket more, they give them a little. They give them a little piece.
Oh, like commission.
Commission.
Just like
they
this.
give them a fucking piece, bro. That's why they're so aggressive.
Yeah.
You would never ticket like that if they weren't getting a little piece.
Yesterday I saw it. Like I was getting like this food for pickup. I was waiting in
And
my
now you're
car.
doing Uber, right?
Yeah, I'm doing Uber. And I saw like 5 people, 5 like cars on the road around me, and this guy parked the car. This is kind of like the guy who ticketing, right?
Yeah.
And as soon as he got off, in just like 2 minutes, he gave a ticket to the 5 car.
And he got in his car and he flew away, right?
Yeah, flew away.
Because people get mad and I feel like these guys get beat up a lot.
Exactly. So they don't want like argument.
They
or
don't want
any,
they ticket and they fucking run.
Yeah.
They run, bro. I'm telling you.
I thought he was a ninja, black ninja or something.
Was he a black guy?
Yeah, he was a
Yeah.
black guy.
Oh, motherfucker. Like shuriken. Like just fuck. I hate.
You know that the weapon that like ninja use?
Yeah. The ninja star. And it's like a little ticket on it.
20, 50, 90.
Yeah.
I was gambling.
Boing, 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 boing. Bing, 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 bing. Dude,
That's funny.
but so how are you enjoying the car?
Pretty good.
My guy just got a car. Though I saw you pull in.
Yeah.
You're not a stereotypical Asian driver, huh? You fucking you hit that turn quick. You
I'm a
reversed in there. I'm like, this guy is fucking nice.
Yeah, we have that blood. Me and my brother, and my brother live in Osaka, right?
Yeah.
And you know, like the Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
There's Osaka.
Yeah. Does he like that?
Osaka. Yeah, he loves it.
He has like an old like
When I was
240SX Nissan.
He always like
We're-
Nissan. Like what is that? He wants like
Skyline?
drive the Porsche, and the Porsche. What is it? Camaro or something? I don't know
Porsche.
the car. Yeah,
The
Porsche.
Carrera.
Carrera.
Yeah.
He drove it. And once, like when I was middle school,
Yeah.
he drove my mom's car to the like what is it, school playground.
Yeah.
And he showed me how to drift. I was in the car. Dimito, na 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 na.
Wait, was he ripping the e-brake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He-
Yeah.
I was like, wind is blowing.
Yeah. Everyone's looking at you like, that's Edworld Kim. You're like, yeah. That's so jokes, dude.
Yeah.
You like having a car out here? It's the
Yeah.
best, huh?
I love it. Like besides downtown.
Like just the hassle of driving.
Yeah, hassle
you know?
of drive. I love it.
But you were all over the place for years anyways, and you were commuting hard. Like
Yeah.
you've been hustling since day one, bro. You're one of the biggest hustlers I know.
Yeah, in
You're
the
such a hustler. It's crazy. I knew you were going to get PR, by the way. Congrats. I knew you were going to get that shit, and you'll be a citizen in no time.
So happy, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't really realize that it could be that happy. And so it's like, congratulations. You're the now becoming a permanent resident of Canada. I was like, wow, that's a
It's
milestone,
just
bro.
exhale, you know.
Yeah, exhale.
It's now you can stop playing the bullshit of having to work somewhere you don't want to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like
you can
it's a
smile.
lines
Yeah.
that you jump over, then you're going to start another life. I don't like this one, you know? And
What's nice is you can coast in PR. Now everything will fall into place as long as you don't get arrested. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You just
I
got to
think
pay
so.
your taxes,
Yeah,
not
only-
fuck up.
only except the like politic part.
Yeah,
the
like you
voting.
can't vote.
Yeah, but I
Everything.
can
You
do
can
anything.
own property now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
I
like
could own property,
Even
but before,
Yeah.
but you have to pay a 15% like additional tax, like additional payment,
gotcha.
which you're not gonna get back, or you can get back after you getting PR
Gotcha.
or something like that.
And it like you won't get it back.
Yeah, I
Imagine years later, like, can I get that 15% I paid years ago? They're like, yeah. We'll see about that.
That's the one that like my friend told me, the real estate guy. So he told me that you paid, but as soon as government get it, they try their best not to give you.
Of
back.
course. Imagine you bought a house for $1 million and you had to pay $150,000 surplus because you weren't a permanent resident.
Right.
3 years later, you get this temporary to PR program.
Right.
You go, hey, can I have my $150,000 back? They go, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they're like, how are they going to give you 150 grand back?
Gives
The
out all
government?
this, like,
they're never going to
options,
give you
yeah.
that.
Like some stuff that like you
That's
have
where
to
the
pay.
CERB came from. They split it up. They gave it to people, bro.
Man.
That money's gone.
I don't even think that like they're gonna track all of those people, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm banking on that, bro. I've been using it since it's just finished now, huh?
Really?
October 23, it's done.
Wow. But
Done,
you get
done.
a whole way.
I have gotten it every dollar since the beginning.
How?
I applied for it every single time.
Oh, so you could like
And I don't make-
satisfy the like the
The
qualification.
conditions, yeah. I mean, I don't like. I'm self-employed. I got nothing really going on.
Right.
You know what I mean? I've just been banking on this and it's just about to end. So, I got a couple things in the works. Maybe I'll do something part time. Maybe because I MC weddings. That's what I'm hoping for acting to pick up. You know,
Right.
That's why I appreciate what you were saying earlier about getting on Mandy.
Yeah, get on Mandy, man. Everybody who's working as a like actor or comedian or anything, you know,
In Canada,
Yeah,
or is it Ontario?
Ontario,
Yeah.
you can go to Vancouver if you can, if the pay is good.
Yeah, to justify a flight.
Yeah, for us, like the most important thing is unless pay is really bad, the most important thing is keep things going. You know.
Yeah,
Keep
exactly.
your like energy, keep going and do more set, like do
Exactly.
more stuff. Show
Exactly.
yourself on screens.
Exactly.
You know, and
That's
we love it.
Be
right?
on set.
Exactly, be on set.
Because if you're on set once every couple of months, it's like actually once every couple of months is even good.
Yeah.
You know what I
Once
mean?
every couple months.
Once every 2 months to book something for me is great.
I think the small job,
Yeah.
if you're doing good enough, you can get every once a week.
Really?
For Mandy, if you're doing.
is
good.
it all day though? Because I remember you and I, you were my boy Edworld here was the king of extra, the king of extras, man.
Yeah, I
that
pushed
was
him hard,
man. I did extras. You were doing. I remember how hard you were doing extras.
Right.
What was it? Faces or whatever the fuck
Places
it.
and places.
Faces and
Because they pay good. Like,
Dude,
if you're non-union, you only get paid like a minimum wage, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
that place like give you 250, like a day.
Yeah, but you remember? I remember being at Timeless. Do you remember Timeless Bar near Kensington Market? Open mic years ago.
Time is. Oh yeah.
Years ago.
On the left side of the
years
road.
ago.
Okay.
And I remember sitting outside on the curb right when I moved to Toronto, like 2018.
Right.
And you were like, Faces and Places. Here's the email. Email them saying,
Right.
because I just came here and I was just paying money for acting classes.
Right.
And when you first get in, you're not getting anything. So I remember doing extra for like years. For a couple of years, I would do extra work, and that shit's the worst because like the beginning, you don't know. You bring a book,
Right.
bring a fucking book with you. You know what I mean?
But first of all, did you got like a union ready when you started what is it, background job?
Did I do what? Sorry.
Did you already got like a union?
When I started doing background,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, so you got
I
paid like a
I was
$15.
totally non-union.
So you only get paid like $15.
No. Like all day extra, it was still 200.
200.
Yeah.
Also, like a total pay is 200 for a whole day.
Yeah,
Does
and
it
then you
matter?
pay. I used to ML Talent is the fucking agency in Toronto, and you
my
pay them their
God,
$30. You make
$30.
170, but you're there 12 hours.
Oh, that makes sense.
You're there all day. That's the problem with extra. Is like you're literally like a slave.
But if you're union, you get paid $28. You know that?
If you're union, you get paid a little more, and you eat a little better.
Yeah, a little
But
better.
still, it's like this work of like
Try it out.
What?
Your brain is dried out.
It's like, imagine showing up at 7 a.m. and they tell you when you can leave. It could be 7 p.m. It could be 12. And the people that are in the, because there's, remember being an extra? All the people around you, they're like the extras. They've been doing extra stuff for years.
Yeah.
They're like the extra mentality, right?
Yeah.
So if you're there 12 hours and they're like, okay, we're going to need people to stay till like 12. They're all like, overtime. Like, it's like, I want to get the fuck out of here.
I got out of it, bro.
I was like, fuck. Oh, they're like, oh, yeah, now they're paying this. Like, the people will give all of the time in their lives for money.
See that? All the eyes of the people was like became a dollar sign.
Oh, exactly. Right when they're like, who can stay till 12? It's like, it's like, I want to leave.
Give me all the money, please.
I'm like 5 hours into it. I'm like, can I sign something to take half the money and leave now? Can I just leave now? You guys can keep half, Bro, yeah, people don't realize it's like a refugee camp. Yeah. They put folding chairs, 10 folding chairs, and you just sit there and no one comes sees you. And then when time for food is there, you get in a long line like Syria. you remember? Dude, remember that shit?
Check out
and you just stand there with the long line.
It's a jail.
Yeah.
And always the holding area is a one big room. And then you put everybody
children,
inside.
adults, someone is having a diabetic thing.
All together.
No one is communicating anything. It's like literally a refugee camp. I'm like, that's back in the
Only
day.
difference that you can do something, whatever you want, with the things that you brought into a room, like books or something.
The only good thing is, you pull out your laptop. Later on.
After 2 hours, I dried out.
Yeah, later on, I got way better with it. Near the end, when I was also booking some stuff on set.
Right.
Like twice a year, I book a commercial, and then I need money, so I'll do extra.
Right.
I'd bring my laptop. I would be editing Immigrant Section clips on the laptop because I know the game now. I know 10 hours downtime. Yeah. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna fuck around a little bit with the people, and then the people, they always talk about other sets they do. They're like, I was on American Gods. And they needed a guy. I worked 40 hours in 2 days.
As a background.
Three times overtime. It's like, everyone's like, damn, 3 times overtime. You know what I mean? Remember?
As a background, right?
There's one master extra guy who's just always standing there. You guys think I was in Vancouver one time doing extra with and Keanu Reeves hurt his ankle. And there's always telling stories like
always
that.
More than 10 years.
Yeah.
It's a fermented bread, bro. Smell like background money.
Yeah, right? Just like, it's got like a tattoo that says extra life or something.
Yeah. That's so funny, man. Oh my God.
I'm so happy to be done with that life, dude.
Yeah.
So
you can experience it. But
you
at
have
some
to.
point,
As an actor,
yeah,
you have to.
Otherwise, someday when you're like lack of money,
you're
gonna think about, should I have done that or should I do?
Yeah.
But if you experience already in the beginning of your career, you're gonna done with it because you know what it takes to be a real good comedian or actor, and then the BG doesn't bring you anything. It's
nothing.
Like kind of
zero.
Like,
It's just time. It's just, hey, who wants to exchange 12 hours for $200? Exactly. That's what it is. There's no skill. Put this thing on. You don't say a line. You can't say a line because if you say a line, then your principal and they have to pay you more.
Exactly.
So they specifically make sure you don't say anything.
Try their best.
Yes. Yeah. No talking. Okay. No talking. One time, dude, did I ever tell you this? Do you know the show American Gods?
Yeah.
It films in Toronto.
Okay.
It's like a show with like in the slavery days, and I went as a background for 2 days as a slave. Like they gave me the ripped up clothes. It was
Typical.
a big room of all these extras. We're all slaves.
Okay,
right? And like everyone working on the set was white. Okay, so and it would be like the set was a cotton field.
So you were like a one big black slave out of that whole like white crowd.
No. I'm in a room full of 50 black people. We're all dressed as slaves on Instagram in the holding area. PG holding. We're all dressed as slaves. One guy, they put makeup on his back so it looks like he has whip marks. He's just on Instagram. His back looks like he got whipped like crazy.
All right.
And then the white coordinator comes in. Okay, we need 4 more. We need 4. And then they're looking for 4 slaves for this scene. So weird, bro. And at one point, coordinator comes in and goes, can anybody here cry on cue? Okay. And then the old black man in the back, he goes like this. Sounds like a special talent to me. And they go, okay. And then they leave. They're like, and they leave. He's like, I'm not crying for free. Fuck that.
Bro.
Because special talent is more money, right?
Yeah. That could be like most passionate slave in the slave history, I guess.
Like the extra world was so. I'm so happy to be out of that.
But
shit.
could that be like a paid model for the crime?
For the crying, that's what that guy was saying, because it's a special talent. So he's saying upgrade me to like extra, because there's like levels.
Okay.
There's you're a base extra, which is us BG, and then there's like I guess BG plus,
Okay.
which is like you're BG, but you did a backflip in the background or you cried. So he said, I'll do it, but you have to like give me special talent status, and they said no, and they would leave. And he's like, I'm not crying for free. Like, yo, it's so fucking, I would die. I'm like, man, this needs to be a show. How is this not a show? This is the show here. Forget what they're filming outside. Us in here, all of us on Instagram like this, and a white coordinator. I need 4 more. Like, this is the show right here. But fuck it, I'm done. Have you ever been on set as like a principal actor and they go, background? And you go, no, I'm talent. And they go, oh, okay.
And they treat you better.
They treat you immediately.
Yeah.
That happened to me
Their
like
eyes
2
change,
times.
bro. Eyes
BG, they stand, BG? I'm like, no, I'm talent. And BG, like BG's background, so they put you in a holding area, like I said, the refugee camp.
Right.
And if you're talent, you have a trailer.
Like this. Always like talent. I don't know, for some reason, if you're talent, your gesture changed. The BG always like this. A little like leaned forward and a little tired. But like if you're talent,
They're comfortable, right?
yeah. And then if somebody comes, excuse me, where can I get some coffee?
Oh, right. And then 3 people show you where the craft services is. And then when BG, they're like, get in the line, you fucking loser. You piece of shit. Don't talk right now. No, but it's so funny. She's like,
Exactly.
BG? I'm like, no, I'm talent. She's like, oh, she stood up straighter, you know? Oh, okay. Oh, right this way. Oh, okay, you're going to, the AD is over there. And
Exactly.
it's so funny. Like,
Yeah.
it's a hierarchy, man. Doesn't on set remind you of the military?
Yeah, kind of. Like
You know what I mean? Because
really
BG is
under
like,
control.
BG is like, yeah, really under control. The director is like the fucking general.
Yeah.
You know,
And he
AD
always
is like
command.
exactly.
Directors?
The ADs are like the sergeants.
Surgeons, and then they
The privates are BG.
gives orders from the like all from the commanders.
Exactly.
And you can never talk to the
Never.
director.
Never.
Unless you're talent.
Unless he talks to you.
Yeah.
And then if you're talented, suddenly you're an officer, right? So suddenly it's bro. I'm telling you, on set it reminded me of the military hierarchy, and I know you
really
did
hierarchy,
the
right?
Korean military stuff.
Exactly. I
It
went there.
feels like that because have you noticed BG? They don't even make eye contact. They don't even make eye contact with the background. They don't.
You mean BG?
The director
Directors.
will not learn anyone's name
Yeah.
in BG like
They-
as a
they're not
background.
looking
They
at
don't,
it.
they don't look
They,
at them.
they don't even realize that BG exists in the set.
Yeah,
They
they're just
brought
like
them, yeah.
they have a background coordinator who like talks to the AD like, okay, we're gonna need them to move this way and this. No one is like talking to a background person. Like if you're on set and they're about to go action and a background person is talking, like what the who like they'll fucking yell at you like crazy, dude.
You know the funny thing is that 80s or like the person who like a lead what is that?
It's the AD, the assistant director.
Yeah, assistant director to gives a like order to our BGs. They always like try to friendly. Okay,
Exactly.
guys.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna 2 more scenes.
Okay,
you
yeah.
guys, You guys always doing good.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was fantastic. One more.
They treat you like grade 2 or 3.
Yeah.
They're like they're dealing with children, you know?
Exactly.
All right, everybody, great stuff. Great. Okay, all right. Again, no movement until you hear BG. We're moving on background. We're not moving on action, all right? Okay, all right, great. Love it. Okay.
Try to give it like a passion.
And it's like 40 of us, like everyone underpaid as fuck because the talent makes like 4 Gs a day and the BG makes 200 a day.
Exactly. There's a big gap, bro.
So a huge gap.
Yeah, for talents, I can work as long as we want.
Oh,
You know?
dude.
Because
And-
I appreciate you. Give me your money.
Oh, and talent. Oh, that's the funniest thing. You ever finish on set and they applaud? All right, everybody, that's enough for that. That's a wrap on Edworld Kim. BG, you could fucking break your leg in the scene.
Bro.
Like, get this fucking guy out of here.
There's
Edworld Kim is finished, everyone. Edworld Kim.
but there's never going to be there was like a pretty good enough for the BG.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Background's wrapped. Let's give background an applause. They are wrapped. No,
Everybody's
never.
Yeah.
They're just like, BG, move out. And there's like BG doesn't even park in the same area. We have a random parking lot with a little like cardboard
Right.
sign that says BG Holding
Yeah.
and an arrow that literally they drew.
And there's
you
a talent like separate.
yeah,
Talent
and
crew.
you go to totally different place. Like you can't even end. Dude, it's so funny, man.
Man.
It's
Yeah.
separated. It's like hierarchies. I love it.
Yeah, worked there for a while. I feel like that was pretty good. Like experienced it. I got out of it. I couldn't remember how I got out of it, but after for a while, you feel like you don't want to do this job anymore, and then you go back again, but you felt that kind of like a deserted, like you hurt. You know.
Yeah.
You want to spend this time more than this. You know. You're.
I'm more competent than this. I have more to offer than just
Exactly.
to fucking sit here.
Your valuable hours are way higher than this.
Yeah,
As
way
you
more
work.
valuable. Yeah,
You just not get paid right now,
exactly.
but you're gonna create more money, more value to the people, and the people are gonna give you back with the money, with a higher value. You know.
You have to treat your time with the value you think it has, right?
Exactly.
Because like, I pretty much got out of BG when I started booking like a thing here and there.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I booked a commercial and made like $3,000 for a day,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't go back. I can't be on set 10 days as BG, no eye contact, to make the same thing. Fuck that. I'd rather go work a job
Mm-hmm.
where at least it's complicated a little bit. I need my mind to be actually working. Because BG, you just fucking, they give you a chair and sit there until we need you.
You're gonna be a passive person.
Yeah, you get, and a lot of people are. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people just come with the book. You show up.
Exactly.
It's a lot. You know what it is? And no beef to them at all. And actually, I respect this. A lot of retired people. You know, remember that?
Yeah.
A lot of old people who are retired. Because you would talk on sets. A lot of retired people. They just do it for a little money here
For
and there.
fun and like side monies.
And they love movies.
Yeah.
So they love the idea of like, ooh, it's 1 day on set, 2 days on
Yeah.
set. That's fine. You know what I mean? That's all fine. But there's like people who only make all of their rent and everything is paid from being extra for years. And that, I'm like, how do you not kill yourself?
Exactly.
That's a fucking nightmare.
That's a lot of money, though. You know.
That's a nightmare, dude. That's a lot of time. Think about that. Like imagine doing extra 3-4 times a week, every week.
I saw this guy do the 7 days a week, and then 14 hours. He sleep in the car, and then during the summer. But it was different. He was union. Yeah.
Okay, so the money is good. But
money was
but
good.
then the money is just better.
Yeah.
But what's he doing?
Yeah. Sitting there.
Even if you get
nothing.
paid double the amount,
Right.
you're gonna lose your mind sooner or
Exactly.
later. You know? How many years do you imagine doing that for years and being like, fuck, for those 3 years, I just kind of like sat there and
Yeah. What's the goal or
What's the goal? What's
purpose
exactly?
of this life? You know.
Exactly.
You should achieve something. Like, I don't mean that like everybody should achieve something by doing some kind of work, but at least there has to be a goal. There has to be like some kind of like things that makes you excited. You know, gives you energy to moving forward. You know.
yeah. And if you're doing it just for the money, that's a sad life, man.
Yeah.
That's and I've been there, and it's fucking depressing, and I won't go back to that shit,
don't-
bro. I'll fucking do Squid Game before I go back into extra work, bro. I'll go into Squid Game.
That's
bro.
better. You're gonna do some stuff, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna play some game. You're gonna challenge yourself. At least put yourself on the line.
Did you watch Squid Game?
Yeah, I watched it.
Did Squid Game come out in Korea first, or did it come out everywhere at the same
on
time?
Netflix at the same time. As far as I know, because he finished writing on 2009,
Who's he?
like the director.
Okay, 2009.
Yeah, 2009.
Oh, okay.
And then for a period of 11 years, he got rejected by a 9 production. That's what I know. Like on
Damn, you know the whole backstory.
yeah.
How? Do you read about
information? Like it came out like on Instagram and some other like media.
It's one of those what's it called? Motivational stories.
Yeah.
He got rejected 9 times and he never gave up.
Exactly. And then these guys like rejected 9 times, and then finally Netflix came out, and he said this is the best like place that he can put on his like this Squid Game, because Netflix doesn't have many restrictions at all.
They let people do their thing.
Yeah, people do the thing. They can show anything on like screen.
Yeah, that's why the killing was so intense.
Yeah. Did you see the brain?
I saw all of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even it's so.
At some point, I saw like brain. At the first look, I thought, is that a jelly? Oh, there's a brain. That's a brain. Oh, that's Netflix right there.
First of all, is that brown guy that was in it? Is he like a star in Korea? Who the fuck is that brown? Because the Asian. I watched that. I'm like, since when the Asian shows do diversity? That's what when I saw that, I'm like, that's like even them. It's getting diversity.
Yeah,
right.
It's getting diverse. Like
Even in Korea.
Yeah, I didn't know there was an Indian guy like in a Squid Game. Like I didn't expect it. I mean, I didn't know. Like I didn't expect it.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I haven't watched like Korean like movies. No, like
TV
dramas,
shows.
TV shows and stuff. Because I came here in Canada, I had to work hard, and I was just like trying.
Like
to
you just don't have the
immerse in
time.
Yeah, I didn't have time.
Yeah.
And then I watched the like getting, and I realized that from like 2010, it started more and more TV shows with people from other countries. There's one kind of thing that like there's like almost 10 different countries people, and they're like talking about their politics, cultures, and conflicts, but in Korean. They could speak Korean.
Oh.
So that's the only way that they can make a multicultural like kind of scene.
Yeah, they all have to be. They all have to speak Korean.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, so, I mean, that's the same here. You're not gonna get into a movie not speaking English, right?
Exactly.
Unless they need an actor who doesn't speak English.
Yeah.
But usually, if they need us, we're diversity hires, right?
Yeah.
If they need us, then they expect us to be able to speak English, right?
Exactly.
And I bet you, even when you like, by the way, your English has developed so crazy, because usually you got to pick the stuff up when you're a kid, but
Right.
you've been here 4 years and you came with no English, right?
Right.
That's fine.
Like I could speak like a little bit of,
Yeah.
but I didn't understand what other people talking about.
That's
They
crazy
speak so
to me
fast.
how fast you developed the English.
Because I learned from comedy, bro. I spoke like comedian.
You're like, this is great. This is great. So happy to be here. But no, you're like, it's crazy. It shows me how fast that you could actually learn a language if you're fully committed to it.
I think that was like really a great point, because there was survival mode. You know, I wanted to be really good at like doing comedy and acting, right? And you have to speak better. And I realized that if you have accent, and accent is okay, but you have to be understood.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's
I like that. Yeah,
the best
accent is
point.
fine. You're right.
Accent fine.
Yeah.
But you have to be understood
Exactly.
on comedy, on screen, whatever, because that's the media that people are listening and watching at the same time, like any other communications. And that's why I tried my best to make my pronunciation better. But the one problem is that when you do comedy, you go fast, right? All the sounds, like most important part is getting muted. So I say like nice to meet you, right?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. I say nice to meet you.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. It's like, wait. What'd you say? Nice to me. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I'm fine.
Comedy is easier though, probably for you than regular talking, because in comedy you can use you can be so animated and physical, but in a conversation you can't, like, you got to kind of just use your words and look at a person.
You have to talk.
But on stage you could do so much more than just talking.
Exactly, because you're talking by yourself for a whole minute or something.
Yeah.
But when you have a communication, you have to understand the person.
Yeah, otherwise it won't move.
Yeah, you said something. I always has this face.
Yes.
But your eyes didn't understand. Like, and you're thinking, and he keep telling me. I was
We're still talking.
Yeah, too much conversation, like too much information. I try to process, and at the end,
It's like, I don't think. It's like, and then it goes like this. Oh, well, it was very good talking to you. We just walk away, right?
Try to get out of it.
Yeah.
Escape me.
Oh, well, very good talking to you.
Yeah.
But
I spent like first 3 years like that.
like that, yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, but no, like every time I see you, it's like your English is just developing so fucking fast. It's crazy. I told you, I was like a while back. I'm like, bro, when you're 10 years, it's gonna be wild. Like even 5 years, even at this point, like understand you 100%. But I wonder, even if once you get your English perfect, are they, when they book you for stuff, are they gonna be like, give us accent, give us big accent?
my God.
Do you think they'll do that?
I think they would do that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you'll be like, I was reviewing the notes and I was having issues with it. They're like, you're not reading it right. It's like, hello, everyone.
I said like once upon a time. And
Yeah.
after, can you do a little bit of accent? Yeah. Once upon a time. That's so that's so Asian.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
what is that? Like this is Chinese. What up? the Japanese. No mio.
Yeah, they're like, give us more of that. Yeah, they just show you the most racist, like bad accent stuff. They're like, this is what we're going for.
Yeah.
Here. But you know how the industry is. They just want. They're a little behind. They want some bullshit. I always hear Bobby Lee. Even Bobby Lee,
yeah.
who is like grew up, who was born in fucking San Diego. Even till this day, he just rejected a huge movie offer. He said, like a huge. He still
For
bugs
what?
him. He didn't say what it was, but it was a huge like A-list movie with A-listers. You know, he rejected it because, and he was a main character in it. He was one of the main characters, but they wanted him to have an accent.
It's kind.
And he's like, why?
Would that be
he's like a lot of Asians in like a group, in a friend group. The Asian doesn't have an accent. I was born in California. Why the fuck do I need to have an accent? They're like, and the director's like, I just want it. And he said, okay, fuck it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Would that be Hangover?
Like Ken Jeong.
Yeah, that's what.
Like ooh, like you know what I mean, like
that's
that.
The first movie in my mind came up with. You know?
Yeah, all that stuff. Like for us, because we do comedic. Like I literally did a slave in the background. I didn't even have a line.
Right.
If the line was, "Oh, master, no," I would have done it. Sure, I need to get paid. You know what I mean?
While your nose moving like that.
Master. Oh, master. I says, man. Sirs, I says, I cannot, masters. Oh, masters, eyes done wrong, masters. Oh, like if
real?
that was if that was, but I would do it. Because I'm at a point where it's like I gotta pay my rent. But like when you're fucking, when you're a made guy,
Right.
you're a respected headliner. You've like your filmography. You've been in 100 things. Then you can say no to this and no to that.
You have
no.
enough.
You have the you have like you've built your. I don't want to say brand, but you've built your career to a point where you don't have to say yes to everything. We're at the point where I say yes to everything because
you want to work.
Because I want to work.
You want to get exposed.
I haven't booked in 5-6 months. It's not even that I want to build my MDB. I want to eat and I want to pay my rent, and then I want to build my MDB.
I think that's the point where all the like stars are flying off. They start thinking what's really important. It's not about money. About what's really important. What do you want to show to the people?
Exactly. Yeah. What do I want to be a part of?
Exactly.
Yeah. That's why he said no. He said it still bothers him because he would have got paid like $1 million or something for it or whatever it was, right? But he's so fine financially. He's fine.
Yeah.
Like you get to a point as an artist where you don't have to say yes to everything, and
like
that's so far. Right? Dave's been there like 10 years ago, like 6 years. Oh, not 10, but like 5 years ago. But like a lot of these guys. Bill Burr, all these people, they don't have to act in anything. When they go on the road, they make all the money they need to make. So they're not just, for us, every self-tape audition that requests, every self-tape I get audition, I do it. There's like a couple I've rejected where I was like, fuck that. But almost 100% of them I do. Even if I know 100% I'm not getting this.
Oh, okay.
Like this is not for me.
Still doing it.
Because I have
yourself.
Oh, it's not even that. I have an idea in my head, like maybe I'll book it.
Oh.
Maybe somehow I'll book it. It's not even that like I want to do this so bad or I want to get better. It's maybe I'll book it and get money to pay rent. Like this is how I'm living right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because comedy is still not paying me to the level where it's like it's covering, but it's growing. It's all coming together. But it's like I don't say no to anything.
Exactly.
And I can't wait to be able to just be like, nah, I'll pass on that.
It's like it comes and goes. Like you don't want to like think about financial problem of doing something, But like at some point, like that's what happens to me. Like every week or every couple of weeks, you're doing so good and you're getting jobs, so you're not worried about like financial problem. And then at some point, even though you don't want to take this job,
Yeah,
you don't work for this, but you're also think of financial problem, like in the future.
You're like, oh, maybe I won't book the next couple weeks.
Yeah, couple of weeks, or like you need like some money. You know?
Yeah. I need a little extra, just in case.
Extra.
Yeah.
So then that's the point that you shouldn't do that job. It's like for example, for Uber, I do drive Uber, right?
Yeah.
I'm so happy because I meet a lot.
I was gonna ask you, how you like an Uber?
I love it.
Yeah,
bro. It's not about money. I'm meeting a lot of people.
Yeah, and you probably having a lot of conversations, right?
I try my jokes.
Yeah,
and then I get in jokes.
Yeah,
and then I'm gonna get like
do you say you're stand up or you don't?
So I tell them I'm doing stand up, and then people add me on Instagram, and then I just want to like invite them to the show.
Yeah.
So that's the whole thing is going circling around.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Fuck
Again,
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not, man. I thought it would work. Because I was driving Uber too
Right.
when I first came to the city. While I was doing extras, I'd be doing
right.
Uber,
Yeah,
Uber
you
Eats,
did
all
Uber
of it,
first.
all of it.
Yeah,
I did all of it.
You
Yeah,
did everything.
all
Yeah.
of it. But I'm not like. I have that idea in my head. Oh, I'm gonna talk with them. I'm gonna try my joke. But as soon as someone gets in my car, I don't want to talk.
Oh.
I don't want to talk.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Stranger.
Especially if they like come in and their head is down and they're like this. I'm like, they don't want to talk.
Right.
So I don't want to talk. You know what I mean? If like sometimes if they make conversation, then I'll get it. But I always like, I don't want to be that Uber driver who just keeps making conversation.
Oh, okay,
I'm
okay.
afraid of that.
Yeah.
So I never make conversation unless they talk to me.
I also learned a lot from people, like for the conversation part. So this guy, I always like, how are you doing? I ask them, right? I'm good. How are you doing? I'm great. And then almost falling apart, right? But this guy told me that when you ask people, rather than how are you doing, ask them, was there any great thing happen? Was there any special thing happen? And people start thinking, oh, bro.
Oh shit! This is good for a relationship too, huh?
Yeah. Definitely, bro.
Yeah.
There's a kid they can just pulling out all the like storylines.
Yeah. Because it's that's almost good advice for like Tinder or those apps. Instead of because everyone goes, "Hey, what's going on? What's up?"
Yeah.
Instead, be like, "What's the best thing that happened today?" Oh shit!
Yeah, that applies to like customer.
Yeah.
So they start talking, right?
Yeah.
And then either of two ways. If it like only the two ways they don't want to talk is that they're busy or they don't want to talk because of their life, something is going on in their mind. So I just let them be. Or myself wasn't good at like at the moment, wasn't good at speaking, wasn't good at like conversation at the moment. Either I'm tired or either I don't want to talk on that day. Either of two problems. But at the moment, I don't think. Like I tried conversation, try and make a conversation. If it doesn't work, I'll let them be.
Gotcha.
But most of the time when I'm driving, I start talking and they will try like conversation, what is your job? And they will start laughing and then say something funny stuff. And then I try a little bit like my jokes and they're laughing so much. And I say like, so what is your job? Oh, I'm doing this part-time. I'm a comedian.
Oh, and then it hits. And then do people tip you well?
Oh, yeah, they tip.
Yeah.
Almost like all of them like tip. Like
Everyone tips.
I feel like I don't really see the tips at the moment, but at the end of the day, when I see the list of people, the tips.
It almost adds up to the same number of rides.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you love Uber.
I love Uber because I love talk
Yeah.
to people. And then I can invite them to my show and then I can give them like another good time.
Has anyone ever showed up to your show so far?
My buddies.
Yeah.
But now I'm going to
But you just started driving, right?
I'm going to hold a show soon.
Yeah.
So I'm going to invite them because they were willing to. They asking like when the show is going on.
Yeah.
So I'm going to send them invitation.
Fuck yeah.
And
That's the
all
move.
those people come to the show.
Then they're sold, bro. Then you got fans.
Exactly. So every day, almost every day, 2 people, 3 people.
That are like on Instagram.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome, man.
That's a one way to work, I think. I'm just doing work which way I like to, you know?
Yeah, that's what's so good about the gig economy, is being able to get on Uber Eats and do that stuff and just be like, I'm only doing 2 hours. I only need to make $50 on this. You go in and you go out as you see fit.
Very
that's
flexible.
Flexibility is the key. Like that's why I can't do any full time. I cannot sign to any full time thing again.
Oh, okay.
Ever. I can't.
I can.
I can't. Especially after this trip. I just came back. I was in Paris for a week. I just can't do it anymore because
you're not being yourself. You know, if you belongs to somewhere, you have to be at least part of you have to be somebody else's like what is that
like their employee. Like
yeah,
it's
employee,
like,
right? Yeah.
It's weird because have you worked full-time jobs?
Yeah.
Right. In Canada or
the beauty store, bro.
So okay, so was that salary or was just hourly? Like would pay you. Like do you get 2 weeks vacation? Like how did it work?
No, it was salary. No, it was hourly.
Okay, so
and after a year they are negotiating.
Okay,
But
and then
I
nothing
didn't
happens.
even want to stay
exactly.
a year, bro.
Yeah.
I want to finish in 3 months
And just be
not
done.
even like 1 week, bro.
But I've done a lot of like office jobs and stuff where you get hired. Usually it's 2 weeks to start. If you got like a little bit more senior, you can get 3 weeks. And if you get into the big tech companies and stuff, you can even get like 4 weeks. You know what I mean? But I found with vacation, especially when you do full time, is you don't want to just do a trip. You only have, like, for me, I had 3 weeks off.
Right.
3 weeks vacation a year. So I didn't want to just go anywhere because in my mind, I'm like, is this worth it? I only have 3 weeks, so it has to be worth it. Like, I'll divide that 3 weeks into 2 or 3 1 week. Either 2, like, 10 days or 3 7 days, right?
Okay.
Trips.
Right.
So it's like, someone's like, yo, let's go there. I'll be like, I was planning this 1 week is a trip I already know I'm going to do. So now I have 2 more spots to take vacation. And they go, do you want to go to Hong Kong with me? I go, Hong Kong? No, I kind of wanted to go stop. You know what I mean? You only have 3 slots.
You're hesitating for anything.
For anything, right? That's what I hated about it. And now that I went to Paris and I was like, man, fuck that. Because I used to think traveling was so expensive. It's not that expensive. It's just you're tied up with a job. So you think, is this trip worth it? That's what's stopping you. Is this trip worth it? Is this really worth taking up my 2-3 weeks?
Right.
You know what I mean? Is this, it's not. Let me just go to Cancun for a week with my friends. We'll line it all up.
Right.
And then, the other week I'll divide it to 2 days here and there to get long weekends. Like you get strategic with your little time off.
Yeah.
But it's not enough time. It's not
Exactly.
realistic. In Europe, it's like 5 weeks off.
I think that's yeah. I feel like the world is like built up like to make people think that they're gonna stay here forever. You know what I'm saying? You're getting employed into the like company and you are getting paid, but you don't have freedom. But people think that by like losing the freedom, they're getting paid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, they're also getting paid for their talent, their skills and stuff, their hard work. But is it really worth it, like losing all those freedoms and getting paid? But even though like when the freedom is given to you, you're not thinking as a free person.
No, you're not at all.
You're as a person who's the part of the company, still thinking like that.
Exactly, dude.
Yeah.
And
you're gonna work like for 30 years like that, man.
I just emceed a corporate awards show on Zoom 2 days ago.
Zoom?
It was a fucking nightmare.
Wow.
It was a nightmare.
Why?
Bro, I bombed.
What
It was terrible. Terrible. It was terrible, okay? I don't even get into the nitty-gritty of it. But the point is this.
Okay.
It's all these developers, like coders. And they have their award show. The Loyalty Service Award, the Customer Recipient Award. And you say the nominees, and the winner is, Dave Steve. And then Dave comes on. He turns on his Zoom. He's from his house. He goes, the one guy that made me so sad. He goes, yeah, he got the loyalty award. He's like, yeah, thank you. I've been with the company about 4 years, and it's pretty much been my life for those 4 years. And like he said, it's pretty much been my life for those 4 years.
Right.
And like they're giving him a little plaque and an Apple iWatch. That's what he won. Okay, he won an iWatch and a plaque. Because like he's a great employee.
Okay.
But he was just like, yeah, I just, it's pretty much been my life. And I'm like, oh, and I stepped out of the way because I'm not talking right now. And I'm like, oh, I had a beer. I was like, oh God, your life. Oh God, it almost made me want to throw up. It's been, as when I've been here, it's pretty much been my life. Everyone's like, yeah. See, he gave his life to the company. Look at the rest of you guys. That's why he gets an iWatch. You guys, if you want an iWatch, make commitments like him.
He changed his life with an Apple Watch.
Yeah, right? Like, what the fuck is an iWatch going to do,
Yeah, you're going to enjoy it like a little moment.
It's crazy. It's crazy because it's like, it flies by. The time flies by. But
it has to be like your motivation, your goal of life, goal of like your work has to be matched with the company. Okay, we understand.
And if it is, 100%.
If you want to like work in an Apple, you want to like make a really innovative like computer. Okay, work with the Apple, and that's a great opportunity for you.
100%.
Enjoy it every single
100%.
moment,
Yeah,
even though
exactly.
it's hard. But I think most of people working in a place like where they're not enjoying, and then that affects other people as well. For example, if you're working in like a place you don't really want, and then you work there for a while because of money, and then your soul is dried out, and then you're gonna get negative, and the negative energy goes to other employees, also other people who wants to buy the stuff like in your store or something, and you're gonna like what is that, like with the whole negative vibe, you're gonna go to work and keep negative, you know?
Yeah, it spreads.
That's that's the worst case of the human being, I think. You know, you have to do whatever you want. You can work in a place for the money, short while, but you have to figure out what's next.
Exactly.
That's not
That's
a
very
your
well
like a
put.
destination of your life, you know? Always the positivity and make the world better place and love yourself. That's what I learned. After 4 years of life, it's like
4 years of life? This all it took?
Yeah, like no.
You're a 4-year-old, like, love yourselves.
no, bro.
This is the key.
Since I came in Canada.
Yeah.
So that's also my part of life, right? And I realized that after 4 years, I realized that I didn't love myself, you know? Keep pushing myself. As you know, I got a lot of jobs, commercials and different like comedy works, and was always progressing. But one thing I didn't realize that every time when I got something or I worked hard enough, I didn't love myself. I always telling me, I'm not enough. I'm not enough. Even though you got something that people think that you're going to be happy with, okay, I got it. Next. What's next? Keep pushing yourself. And that also makes you not like the positive person. At some point, you're going to burn out. And then you're going to be negative. Because if you don't love yourself, you're not going to love others. You know what I'm saying? You're going to treat others harshly. Because I learned the fact that I was harsh. I was really harsh to other people. Because I'm working hard. You have to work hard.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. You know, they probably have their
they have their own life.
Yeah, they have own life, their moment, you know. Everybody's like moment, the speed of life and the pace of life is different. You have to understand that because the whole people all like in the world, it's like your friends, you know. You don't know them, but they are going in like different ways,
Different pace.
for the different like lifestyles and like forms of like a probably beautiful life and everything. But you shouldn't like treat them like that.
You can't push your own thing.
Exactly.
Like I choose to live my life this way, and you're not meeting the standards of how I live my life.
Exactly.
So you're fucking up. It's like, no, you're putting that on them.
Yeah, it was
You're
all
right.
my problem. I didn't love myself. I treat them badly.
Exactly.
And they felt bad because they were really having a good relationship with me. And after I realized that, why they felt really bad. Because it's only my problem.
It's only you,
not
right?
their problem.
I do this too. I'm like, I do the exact same thing all the time. Sometimes I'll be working with guys. Like I'll have a team.
When
And
you're
I'm the one who's running the hardest.
like Silicon Valley?
Not even, I'm talking even now.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm doing a bunch of stuff now. Like back then, I was the worst. Because I hated the work. I was the guy on the team. Like there's people who love their job.
Okay.
And I was the useless one.
Yeah.
But now it's flipped.
That's like
now I'm on my own. Now it's like I don't have a full-time job. Now when I wake up, it's how I build. I put one more brick on this like building I'm trying to build. That's my career, right?
Okay.
But like sometimes I work with teams to we're making a pilot. We're making like shows. You know what I mean? I got like all this stuff. But like sometimes I feel I'm so much more in a hurry than this guy.
Right.
Or this girl, and I'm doing the exact same thing where I'm like, wow, look at you. What are you doing? Like I have these thoughts, you know, it's the ego, right?
Yeah.
I have these thoughts like, what the fuck are you even like? What do you mean you're busy? I know you're not fucking busy. I got this thing. This. I'm listening like crazy. Like, and I still make time for this. How you can't put that shit on people. You don't know what their life is. They're living it totally different from you. And literally it is just your toxicity. You're like, it's that thing of like, all I want to do is book a commercial. But you're right. The second I book a commercial, it's booked. I do the math of, okay, that's 2 months rent. Okay, I'm already gone ahead.
Right.
I never stopped and was like, fuck, thank God I booked it. Yes.
You're ready.
Let's have a good
Way
dinner
far
tonight
ahead,
and be
right.
happy. I'm way ahead already.
Right.
Okay,
You're
it's
ready.
booked.
I'm booked it. What's next?
What's next?
Yeah.
And when like
too rush.
it's too
like,
rushed. Yeah,
going,
exactly.
going.
I'm really bad at like
Yeah.
stopping because I'm like, because I have this bad thing in my head too. I'm like, I did so many years of engineering and all that other stuff. I feel like in my head, I'm like, you're behind.
Exactly.
You have to catch up. Look at all these people that just went into it right from high school. You did 5 years school and 3 years this. That's 8 years. Run. You have to catch up. And no, you don't. You don't have to catch up at all. Like that 8 years informs the comedy I do, informs everything I do now.
Exactly.
It's not like a waste at all. You build over it, right?
Yeah.
But still, like I have to check. I have to check that.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have to check that way of thinking where it's like, run, hurry up, catch up. But it's like, you're fine. Slow the fuck down. Take a breath, you know?
There's no waste at all, you know?
Take a breath and look. It's like running to the top of a mountain and being like, I got to the top, and running right back. It's like, stop at the top.
And then take a breath.
Have a seat.
Look around.
Have a water.
Yeah.
Look around. You know what I mean?
Enjoy the moment.
Let your heart rate reduce. And when you're done with the top and the moment happened, go back down. But I just go, whoop, 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 whoop. Like, and I'm like, why are you still at the top? We already got there. Come on, we're going back down. Like, you're being mad. Like, so what you were saying is that was on point, man. That was actually legit. You're right. You do put that shit out there, and it's all from you. And people are like, why are you treating me like it's all coming from within you?
Exactly. They have their styles and their life. You're working together always. That's why one thing that I like about like Uber, because if you're at home, you're thinking too much because you're working hard, but others are not. And always going into your thought zone, thinking zone, and then you keep thinking about it. Why he doesn't know? You can probably slow down or something. That's what I like about Uber, because if you start talking to people and you understand people, you know what I'm saying? Because if you thinking too much doesn't help anything. But when you start, like when I start,
Get out of your head.
yeah, get out of my head.
Yeah.
And I realize that we are living together and working together. You know, it's all about we having a good time together. It's not about you achieve something to show something to people. It's not like that.
It's about this right now.
Yeah, we work together, make something good. Like as a comedian, create a good sometime, and then kind of valuable things to show to people. Wow, we made it. Not like I made it. Look at this. Look at that. What are you doing? No, you don't want to feel that. Having a good time is always important, you know? Always.
Man, you've gotten wise as fuck ever since you started driving Uber, bro. Goddamn, bro. It aged you like 10 years, man. You're like...
It's like ego, bro. Like you learned from the book, learn from the life, but your ego always pushed it away. And when you get to that point that you think enough of like that negative thought, that why people are not doing it, and you try to find why, and at some point...
you're in your head too much,
Yeah.
right? You got to take us... That's why right before I go on, right? A lot of times right before I do a podcast, I go for a walk first.
Oh.
Just because I'm editing, I'm constantly doing shit here.
Right.
Constant shit I'm doing here. You know? This is like editing, do this, like this. I just go for a walk. And actually something I read that was great. A long time ago I read this. I forgot where I read it, but some trick I do is just to get out of my head is when you see random people, just look at random people and just wish them happiness, you know? That's a little technique where it's like, just to get out of my head, I walk, I just focus on my breath, and rather than just be like this. Right. Okay, what are the hot topics happening right now? If I bring that up, then I can put that in the description and it's trending. So I'll get YouTube analytics will pick it up because it's a trend. Like this is like all my head, right? Before. Okay, So I just go for the walk. I just see a fat kid playing with this kid. I'm like, okay, I wish that kid. And sometimes I see somebody and I go, I wish them sadness. You know? just to switch, just to laugh, just to switch, you know, just to switch. But it gets you out of your head is the point. Right. It's not about me. What's this? It's like, about look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then you just look at other people and you realize everybody's living their own little life.
Yeah.
Everybody's living their own. Everybody's the lead of their little story. And you're like, you think you're so. That's actually, my car's too old. But speaking to you, man, it almost makes me want to drive Uber again because.
Yeah. Do it, bro.
I'm almost like I need to go get a job or something that puts me in front of more people.
This is what I'm doing. Like
I need a regular interaction.
Work, right? Yeah.
That's not just comedy. That's not just emceeing. Human to human. You know what I mean? Part time something.
That's really good, bro.
Yeah.
If you start talking, because the first time, I really recommend you to do that. First time, because there's two problems happens. The first one is that I work too much for Uber. You didn't set up the time. You go 9 hours, 10 hours. because you see money increasing.
Yeah.
And you feel like you're not gonna have enough money in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
But it didn't work like that. If you have you work for enough amount of hours, and then you have like a rest of hours, and then that brings better energy for your gigs and stuff. That's what I realized. I only work for 4 hours. After all those period of time, I worked like overworked, and then I set up 4 hours a day, and $100. That's enough.
That's exactly what I used to do. I used to go in, literally for $100.
Yeah, and done.
And done.
And that positive energy, because you have enough like a positive.
Because it makes it a game.
Yeah.
Now it's a game.
Uh-huh.
It's like, oh shit, when's the next trip?
Right.
I'm at 82.
Random person, right?
Yeah, let's fucking finish this game.
Yeah.
Oh, 100, I'm out.
Exactly.
I beat the level of like today's work.
There's surging hours as well. Sometimes it finishes early, and then that brings up better like gigs. That's how I realized that. As I like control my life, I got better gigs on Mandy and stand-up comedy. Keep getting paid from other place rather than here. If I kept, and one time I overworked, I got sick.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah, my waist was bad.
Oh,
and then for 3 weeks I had to take a rest. And then the 3 weeks I didn't get any jobs related to my dream.
You got to listen to your body, man.
Yeah.
That's why you see me sniffling and stuff, because I came back from Paris, drove from Montreal to Toronto.
Okay.
Went straight to a comedy show, like 6 hours. Literally, I dropped her off. I didn't even leave the car. I was like, okay. She took her bag. I booked it to the bar. I did a comedy show. I came home.
You were tired, right?
I was tired, but I came home and I did a podcast with Big Norm the next day. Norm and
MacDonald?
Norm Alcansal. Norm
Norm
MacDonald, yeah, he's dead. But with Norm, and I was just editing it for hours. And then Friday, we drove up north to a wedding for 3 hours in the car. Like, so my body is like right on the verge where it wants to get sick.
Exactly.
And I'm just like, I slept for Saturday. I was like, I woke up
You have
and
to
I was like,
listen
I
to
need to
it.
go back in bed. I need to
Exactly.
just give it an extra hour. And I'm not even sleepy. I just lying in the bed. I'm like, I'm going to lie in the bed for at least an extra hour just to let my body rest. Because you're going to get sick. You push yourself too hard, you're going to get sick.
You have to listen to the first sign. You know? Like, I did like, you're going to get first sign. I think you and me has a common thing. When you see the first sign of like a sickness, kind of tiredness, you pass it. And you're going to go second and third. And when the third passed, you're going to get sick.
Yeah.
But you have to listen to the first one.
You're right.
And you're going to get recovered real quick. What I do is that like I take a shower. Take a really hot shower.
Yeah.
And go into the room and fan myself because I'm sweating.
Yeah.
Right? And then go into the bed. I sleep like 10 hours. Next day, fresh person.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
what I
That's how you nip it in the butt. You know what I do? I double up on water.
Okay.
I need to get a good night's rest, and I'm just drinking water like crazy. And then you're right. But usually I'll go to like that between step 2 and 3 where I see sickness right there. And I'm like, okay, everything stops now.
Right.
And even at that point, you may still get sick. It
And
may
you
be
don't
too
even
late.
think it properly.
It may be too late,
Oh.
right? So it's really hard to nip it at step 1.
Yeah.
But you're right. That's exactly what it is. Because you get like, suddenly you get a shiver down your back. You're like, what is that? You know, suddenly you're getting chilly. That's the first sign, right?
Yeah.
And then you just start sneezing a couple times.
Sneezing.
Right?
Sneezing a sign.
Then that's like your second one. You should have stopped. And then you keep pushing, you keep doing your thing, and now suddenly like you're just cold and sneezing. And at this
And
point,
you're not
done.
thinking properly.
You're done. You're done at that.
When you go over the like, second step,
Yeah.
you're not thinking properly. You because your brain doesn't work, so you're not thinking properly. Is go through each step is really easily. Third step, you know.
This is why the best in like all the like for the most part in life, the masters, people who've mastered anything are old. Because it takes years to learn your body, to learn these things. You know, I'm just turned 30 like last week.
Right.
And
30?
I just turned 30 last
Damn,
week.
bro.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So now it's the new game, right? So now it's like, now it's learning. It's funny in 30s is when like, I feel like I'm really starting to like pay attention. Because all my life before is like, what do they want? What, you know what I mean? How are they looking at me?
Right.
And
Well, you
how
have to
do
take
I
care of
manage that, right? And now it's kind of like, okay, fuck that. Like I'm trying to really figure out. Like these conversations about knowing sickness, how the sickness is going to come, what's going to spark the sickness.
Exactly.
It's repeatable. It happens every time.
And
But when you're young, you don't pay attention to it. Just one day you get sick. You had all 3 signs. You didn't even notice the signs.
You know what alerted me? This guy like
An Uber passenger?
Uber passenger, and then some comedians they like they got old and get sick, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to be like that.
Yeah.
Really, I know it's not like they're bad or something.
No, I just don't want to be like that.
I really don't want to be like that. When I see them in a pain, I have to take care of myself. They told me that you have to take care of yourself. Even Uber driver, like this guy is teacher and he worked for like 3 years, 4 years, or really hard, and he got really painful waist, and he had to go to a swimming pool to like get recovery, right? But it's not get recovered really well because you treat your body bad for many years. How can it be like
You can only get back a little bit. Yeah,
like a little bit.
Yeah.
So you have to see the sign, and then you have to get recovered. Otherwise, when you get some point, your body start cracking down. Like what is that? The huge melting ice caps on the like.
yeah. There's nothing. It's like the Titanic already hit the iceberg, and it's like you could just kind of start blocking the hole, but the hole is made. You know what I mean? The damage is done. You can only like. Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially when old people are like, "Take care of your body." I'm like, "Oh fuck, that shit scares the shit out of me." I'm like, "Fuck, this is why I gym. I don't even like. I just gym just to keep the habit of gymming.
Right.
Just because I know at some point when I'm 40, I need to gym, and I don't want to have not gym for 5 years, and now it's mentally hard. That's why I gym, just so.
I want to do it in my whole life, at least running. I do it run every day.
You run every day?
Yeah, and I stopped run, and for 3 weeks I got sick.
Yeah.
when you're like a passionate person and work hard, you are the person you have to work hard, like exercise hard more than any other people. Because when you're going hard, you have to keep that pace and you have to have the energy going on.
You got to have your heart strong.
Exactly. But normally some people like really passionate at their work, they stop working out because they want to focus on this more.
But that's not helping you. That's hurting you.
They start going down.
Exactly. Yeah. I actually realized that a while back too, where it's like, I have so much to do. I want to go on a bike ride, but I have so much to do. And I'm like, you're helping everything you do by going on that bike ride.
And you can see yourself on the mirror because you have wrinkles and you're getting old.
Yeah, you're like, I should have biked. I should have biked.
It looks so different. You look fresh young when you're working out. But if you don't work out for like 3 days already, when you see your mirror, your eyes are like, melting like this. Like this. So old,
Fuck that. We're not going to do that though.
Yeah, we're gonna keep that healthy. Yeah. And second thing, though, for Uber. Second thing, first one was like, what was that? What was hard? Working overtime.
Yeah.
Second one, you can talk to them. You can, like, the first thing, I was getting nervous, just like you said. I got so nervous. I don't know how to talk. Even I'm driving, I feel like I'm driving like CEO of the Samsung.
Yeah.
I was so nervous.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Everything good, sir?
Yeah. And I'm sick and tired of that, like, what is that? The nervousness.
Yeah. Because it's your car, right?
Yeah, it's my car. When I'm driving like this.
Yeah,
and third time, fourth time, I start talking.
Yeah.
And I got better. And since then, I stopped doing Uber Eats. I only did, like, Uber X.
Just because you can't talk to anybody?
Yeah.
That's so funny. I used to do Uber Eats only just so I don't talk to anybody. Right. I prefer not to talk. I'm not like that social. You know what I mean? Right. Like people hear the podcast and like, whoa, you are. But I would rather not talk. Mm-hmm. But it's like you said. It's like sometimes it's better to go run right now.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's better to talk when you don't want to talk.
Open yourself,
Talk. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe I will get one of those jobs.
Yeah, you can try it out.
But brother, this has been dope as fuck, man. You've gotten wise as shit ever since you got your PR, which was like a week ago. Right.
In the meantime, there are so many things happen, which are kind of like a part of things, and here and there, I even got like girlfriend,
Yeah, fuck yeah, my boy.
She made me like, I told like I work too much, right?
Yeah.
She's slowing me down.
That's what my girl does exactly.
She always telling me, "Your girl, right?"
Exactly.
I can see because when I see your girlfriend,
yeah,
she's wise woman.
Yeah,
I can see.
Don't let her hear that. Don't let her hear that. It'll go right through her head.
You have to like.
She'll be like, you'll leave the house. She'll be like, I'm a wise woman. Like, fucking asshole.
When you can see the eyes, you can see that's like what is that? The entrance of the mind.
Yeah,
your eyes. So my girl always telling me when I work hard, like she talk like that. Like, hey babe, slow down. Look at yourself. Look back at you. You're doing way better than before. Don't put too much pressure on you. But you have to listen carefully on the tone. If the tone starts like this, hey babe, that's the moment you have to work hard.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly.
You're gonna
it.
kill you on the bed, bro. I thought she's gonna having my baby or something, you know? Hey, push her! Hey!
Yo, my God. Yo, look into the camera. Tell the people exactly where to find you.
You can find me, everywhere because I'm Edworld.
Uber. Yeah. No, he will be picking you up.
So if you recognize my face, you can see me on Uber, the driver's app, and also you can see me on Instagram, Edward Kim for sure. So World, Edworld Kim, KIM 4 and sure.
As always, scroll down and you will find that in the description.
Exactly. I'm gonna hold a show soon. Also, you can check it out. It's
Get
gonna be
me
a fun
up,
thing.
bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Get
bro.
me up, dog.
One black guy.
Yeah,
It's gonna
fuck
be
it,
up.
asshole. I'll be the black guy. I'm ready for that, bro.
Exactly.
I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
From my end, as always, support the show directly at patreon.com/the Immigrant Section. Get behind the scenes episodes, exclusive content, all that shit. If you haven't already, smash subscribe, hit follow so you find out when these episodes drop. Brother, this has been a fucking pleasure, man.
This is an amazing time.
I appreciate you coming here. And I got to have you more often, man. It was like 100 episodes in between.
It's like 2 years, right?
Yeah, I'll have you back on just in a couple months. I'll cycle you back in.
Man.
I want to learn more shit from your passengers.
About
you know,
Korean passengers.
I mean, what the fuck have you learned recently?
Squid Game and everything.
Everything.
Exactly. There's so much things I have to talk about, but we have a limited time, so we're gonna leave that for next episode.
Tune in. But anyways, until next time, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Hope you enjoyed.
Thank you, everybody.
Signing out. Peace.
Peace.